Hello everyone and welcome to the Comic Wrestling Podcast. This is the first edition of The Wrestling Ring, hosted by me, Deadly Dave, and what we're going to do is go right into the action with my tag team partner, Ace Williams, and he's going to get us started with a little news and notes from the wrestling world, and then we're going to go right into our WrestleMania wrap-up.
Enzo and Kaz, NZO and Kaz XL. You can't teach that, and you're probably uneducated anyways.
All you gotta do is read his tweets. And
I don't mind it because I like characters.
Yeah.
I like characters.
I just can't picture it being Ring of Honor. Like, I just don't...
It is weird.
You know, like, if you're gonna do a short-term thing just to get some buzz, I can understand, but I can't picture them on the Ring of Honor roster for a long time. It just doesn't seem like a fit for that product.
That product itself, right. Yeah, because they do seem too WWE.
Yeah. If you're going to keep them with the same shtick and everything.
They are, too, because the little promo they did is... It just... I'm fucking Enzo! I can't do an Enzo.
It just doesn't feel...
I feel like Enzo is an Al Pacino. He reminds me so much of Al Pacino, just that... I sit back, I fucking, I smoke a cigarette, I fucking play the game of pool, I fucking hit my wife, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool thing for buzz for Ring of Honor and get some of the mainstream WWE fans into it and stuff.
Right.
But I can't see it being a long-term thing.
No, I can't either. I don't know what I was doing there.
So do you want to jump right into WrestleMania?
Right. For WrestleMania, we did our last episode. We were at Dave's place watching WrestleMania, the 13-hour fucking spectacle that it wasn't.
Which I've gotten a little bit of feedback on the first episode, and our friend said he laughed his ass off through the whole thing because we were having fun with it.
And we want to wish him a speedy recovery because he's in the hospital right now because literally he laughed so hard his ass fell off.
And that's a major surgery. That's a lot of nerves to reattach.
Like most people, just have a crack. He's got a hole. He's got a whole ass. Not an asshole, but a whole ass. Michael Anthony Ballard, we wish you a speedy recovery, brother.
But thanks for listening and watching.
Right.
We appreciate it.
Your ears are what listen. Your ass is just what sits on it. So thanks for listening, buddy. So for WrestleMania, obviously our reactions are what they are during the show of WrestleMania, but we kind of want to, it's been 2 weeks now that the dust is settled, things have kind of played out, you can see a little bit of like where things might be going or wherever they're laying. Dave's going to fill me on and stuff like that if we bring that up, but we're going to just basically give our review and our opinion on where we stood or where we may still stand.
Yeah.
With WrestleMania. And I just want to say, before we get to it, I was on record saying Bobby Lashley was going to walk into WrestleMania, mine, and his Intercontinental Champion, which he did. But I also said he was going to walk out, mine, and his Intercontinental Champion. Just a moment of silence. Which he didn't. So I'm going to eat my words now. Dave, it's on to you.
All right, so... Since we didn't really talk about the pre-show on our audio version because we didn't fucking watch it.
We were doing other stuff.
Tony Nese beat Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight title. The premier athlete, Tony Nese. Which I was shocked at. I thought they were going to keep going with Buddy Murphy, but it's pretty cool to see Tony Nese get it.
I don't really give a fuck.
The match was okay. I went back and watched some of this again. The match was okay. But the Cruiserweight, they've done nothing with it. It does not have the same feel that it did back when WCW was doing it. Even when WWE was doing it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. It does not have the same feel. I think a lot of it is because on the indies, on regular WWE matches, they're doing the high spots anyways.
You're taking away from what the value of them are.
When Finn Balor's doing a dive every fucking match, or 2 or 3 dives every match... Okay, so now Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese are doing shit off the top rope every high spot. It doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Ricochet's ruining wrestling. Ricochet. I don't give a fuck about all your flips, dips, dives, knuckle dragging, kick flipping, front flipping, back flipping, side flipping, alligator flipping, 450 flipping, 630 flipping, whatever his fucking finisher is flipping, standing moonsault flipping, leaping plancha flipping, fucking... Dragon sleeper flipping. I don't care.
Does he flip a little bit?
Flip fucking Gordon's sick of the flips. I will say, since I mentioned Flip Gordon, or not Flip Gordon, I'm sorry. What the hell is that guy that flips all the time and he just, when he hits something, he ricochets off of it and flips around? I'll think of it. His match with Aleister Black against the Viking Experience, Warbeard, at NXT TakeOver WrestleMania weekend was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That tag team match was fucking awesome, man. Those Warbeard and Rowe were like they were all over the place, and for such two big guys, man, they were bouncing around like
which makes me also go back to, how do you fuck that up?
I don't know.
How that is 2 days before your WrestleMania. You watch that, and then 3 days later you
right away.
What the fuck?
Right.
I just do not understand how you.
No, I get it.
And if you're Stephanie McMahon, how do you, even though you're his daughter, how do you not say, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I don't get it.
I don't know. Do you? Is this just the stroking of the ego till the ego's deflated? Because at this point, it's like, how do you not say no to him?
Yeah.
I don't know that either. I don't understand it.
And a lot of people I've seen online, people go, oh, well, the stock price is as high as it's ever been. That is not a reflection on the product.
Right.
Merchandise sales are up. Your TV, you get TV rights from this big deal to Fox.
Right.
A lot of that has to do with the stock price going up, not the content that's going on.
And not just merchandising, but sales across the world.
And subscriptions to the network. That's not always a reflection on how good
what the show
is doing. It's a lot of the content that you're putting on there, and stuff like that. It's
exactly
you can't judge all the metrics just by how good the show is doing.
Exactly. Like WrestleMania. WrestleMania forever will always be the highest grossing pay-per-view.
Yeah, because it's their fucking Super Bowl. People are going to tune in no matter what because it's WrestleMania.
If you told me Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin at WrestleMania was the match and people believed it, I'd tell you you're fucking retarded.
Yeah, I didn't believe that was the way they were going to actually go with it.
I still can't believe if that's truly his last ever match in WWE. I cannot believe that's how it goes. I just listened to the Chris Jericho podcast, and he was talking about, he's like, you know what, well, fuck it, I'm banned from WWE now, so I might as well say what I want to say.
Yep.
He's like, I can't believe that was what they fucking did. He's like, you see retirement matches like with Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. He goes, those are the two greatest of their time, and still able to go. And he goes, and then you give someone like Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, storyline, it made sense. They've been feuding over the last year, but that doesn't mean that's who's justifiably the best answer.
Yeah, take him out of it at the last minute, and then you've got a reason for him to bitch afterwards.
Yep.
And a reason for him to feud with somebody afterwards. Why job out Kurt Angle?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, we've seen Kurt Angle at not house shows, but like indie shows before where he's wrestled. Like his last indie shows in Northeast Wrestling where he wrestled
Cody Rhodes in a cage.
And he lost to Cody Rhodes like all 3 fucking times. I couldn't believe that. Maybe it's like a pride thing with Angle. Maybe he's just like, I don't need to fucking win anymore.
But I can't even see him taking pride in that debacle.
What else you got? What else is on WrestleMania?
Well, something that I'm sure you will agree on, Carmella won the Women's Battle Royal.
Oh, Car yummy. She is a dastardly delicious little delicacy. Are Corey and her getting married?
I don't know.
She's hot. She's hot. I don't want to be dirty, but my favorite character from Small Soldier was Slam Fist. Just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people give her flack for like some of the pictures she posts on Instagram.
Like what? Why?
Like skimpy clothes and shit. Like they keep saying, oh well, they're trying to get away from being divas, and I'm like, why can't these girls dress the way they want to look? What the fuck? Just because they want to?
Why is a sexy woman considered a diva? I thought diva was more of like a mindset of like, I'm a diva. Like, these women are like, I'm Becky Lynch and I'll fucking kick your nuts up into your ass, you fucker.
Yeah. But I thought it was a cool twist with her winning the Battle Royal. I did not expect that whatsoever.
Oh.
You gonna be alright? You gonna make it? Is the blood rushing
Next
away from your head?
Next topic.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's not.
Hawkins and Ryder beat the Revival for the Raw Tag Team Championship.
Why?
Yeah. Is it like, oh, well, we don't want you to request your release too, so we'll give you the fucking tag titles for a little bit.
But thanks for punching the assailant in the face that assaulted Bret Hart.
Yeah, Dawkins is the fucking man.
Dawkins. He said Dawkins.
Or is it, Dash Wilder. Oh my god, how did I do that?
Dawkins.
We
got Jamoa Styles and Dawkins on the roster, folks.
It was Dash Wilder, my mistake.
The next tag team to hit the circuit is called No One Cares, starring Jamoa Styles and Dawkins. The next soon to never be tag team champions of the world.
Is this for me calling you fat when we did our last broadcast? Is that you fucking with me because of... Okay, I get it.
When did you call me fat?
I called you fat. Listen to it again, you'll...
These are revelations I can't handle. I need food.
Were we that tired that you don't remember what happened?
You know, you say fat and all I think about is the KFC I have in my fridge.
Because we were talking about Popeyes and how much you like Popeyes and all that stuff.
When you say Popeyes, when you mention Popeyes, I guess you got to throw the I'm a fat ass in there because, like, if you go open my fridge, you see how much KFC's in there, you'd be like, dude, you need help. I got 2 large buckets.
Are chickens committing suicide just walking into your place, just committing suicide because they know you're going to get to them eventually?
I have my own chicken coop at my grandpa's house that I go and I kill these chickens. I chop their heads off with the edge of my hand like a mountain. Did you get it? Did you get the reference?
I get it.
No.
We're off the rails again. This is our tagline, just so you know.
Chickens... They line up willfully for my pleasure to eat. I'm not going to say they shouldn't. I'm not going to say they should. I like to eat chicken. I like to eat turkey. I'll eat a fucking owl if someone hits it with a truck. I don't really care. No, I have a lot of chicken in my fridge and a lot of KFC.
So we're off the rails again.
Off the rails. On the rails.
But WrestleMania wasn't that exciting, so might as well spice it up a little bit.
Spice it up. Curry Man. He's not too hot. He's not too spicy. He's Curry Man. You see how the Prince Justice Brotherhood thing's coming along?
Yeah.
Now all he's got to do is figure out how to get Shark Boy in there.
Give me a shell, yeah?
Oh, shell, yeah.
I'm sure we'll think of something.
I think we just did.
All right, well... Braun Strowman won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Kind of a little consolation prize for him for not getting anything after pushing him for almost a year.
Right. So...
And then you had the stupid shit with the guys from Saturday Night Live in it. And
I thought that was so funny. I thought it was so funny that they were in there and did whatever they did. Because it was hilarious.
It was hilarious that they were actually there to begin with.
No, it was so funny. It was so funny. I heard if you tell yourself something enough, it'll become true.
That's also a sign of madness. I'm just saying.
I need help. What else you got on the docket?
Well, so then we got into the actual show, and the host, Alexa Bliss, came out, which was... And then we noticed the stupid set that they did, which wasn't a set at all. It was just a big fucking
screen. It really
screen.
wasn't. If you want to know what the set looked like, I got a picture of it right here.
Yeah, it was blank.
It was blank. There was nothing there.
It was the Raw's War screen made into an LCD screen.
The best screen they could have had was anything else.
Yeah, there was no theme to it. Like, before you had a fucking roller coaster and shit.
Right, this is WrestleMania 35. Like, every 5 years you kind of make your WrestleMania, WrestleMania 10, 20, 25, 15, 30, 35, 40, 105. You kind of make them like your anniversary.
Your tentpole, yeah.
So whatever, like, I don't know if there's like a 35th anniversary. Like, I know like the 25th is like the silver anniversary. Like, maybe 35th is like the, hey, 35 years, we made it.
Yep.
But, we don't have to try anymore.
We'll trot Hulk Hogan out for 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ. And that Silver Dome joke is getting old.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it's good to be back in the Silver Dome. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm Hulk Hogan.
It just shows you how fucking creative they are.
People,
But it led to Paul Heyman coming out, which was an awesome surprise. They didn't cut the music or anything. Hogan and Alexa Bliss were still posing.
Yep.
And Paul Heyman struts out, pissed off.
I am Paul Heyman.
Like ACW just went out of business and he's pissed.
Right.
And
like somebody cut his ponytail off without him knowing.
And he came out and announced that if Lesnar was not the main event going on last, well, damn it, he's going out first, and they're going to Las Vegas.
Exactly, and that is like a little nuance to what?
The UFC.
Yeah. I don't really know.
If he can pass a drug test.
He probably just like look at somebody like, just let me pass. Like, oh, fuck, he's huge. Like, it'd be funny. Like, I don't know why. Just thinking of this stupid shit off the rails. The way my mind works. Like Brock Lesnar, like just walking down like the fucking highway or something like that, and somebody dressed up as like Gandalf just jumped in front of him. Was like, "You shall not pass!" And you just kind of like look at him like, "I'll fucking kill you. And then he's like, oh, you shall pass. You shall pass. That's just the way my mind works. Stupid things like that go in and out.
But the Rollins-Lesnar match was actually, I thought it was a really good way to open up the show. It was a good match, a solid match with Lesnar getting a lot of offense in, throwing Rollins into every announce table, throwing him into the VR thing, which fucked up his back royally.
Yeah, it did.
And doing an F5 on the floor. And Rollins made a really good comeback and hit 3 curb stomps and got the win, which was a huge shock. I mean, I figured he'd win, but I thought Lesnar was going to get a lot more offense in and Rollins was going to have to do a lot more to beat Lesnar, is what I thought.
He is the Beast Slayer, and this marks the first time that Brock Lesnar has faced all 3 Shield members at a WrestleMania.
Yeah, yep, I wasn't even thinking about that, yeah.
First time I don't know if people care about that shit, but then you could probably, people like, oh no, wait a minute, Seth Rollins beat Lesnar at WrestleMania for the championship.
Well, he wasn't originally part of the match, yeah.
So get the fuck out of here!
Alright, the show just never seemed to gain any momentum.
No.
No matter, it went from match to match to match. There was nothing to really
break
it up.
Pacing, it was just thrown at you. The only time, no, I don't want to say the only time, but one time my adrenaline spiked, and you felt, it was like, this is WrestleMania, was Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. That was one of those moments where we both were like, well, it's Rey Mysterio. He kind of fucking puts everybody to shame at Mania.
He came out in a special outfit, which you liked, which I thought was really cool.
It looked like Mysterio from Spider-Man, which just made sense because his last name's Mysterio. Be that character. It just was really cool. It was really awesome. I did really like that a lot. You really did. I don't think any wrestling fan would have been like, yeah, Samoa Joe's going to win that the way he did.
I didn't think he was going to dominate.
It was a squash match, essentially.
Samoa
Joe really fucking choked him out.
Yeah.
He choked Mysterio out, slithered out of that ring, snarling like a pig with that fucking title in hand.
And why do you not put a microphone in front of him at that point?
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Yeah, he's got adrenaline flowing. You put him like, you've got 15 interviewers on staff.
Yep.
Put a microphone in front of his fucking face.
Yep, that was probably my personal favorite match of the night, because I'm a huge Samoa Joe mark. I've got a picture on this side of my wall of me and Samoa Joe. It's just awesome. That's probably my favorite match of the night.
And if it finally leads somewhere, that'll be fucking amazing.
Yes. You probably had that match on there. I probably just...
Yeah, that's fine. AJ Styles against Randy Orton, a fucking snooze fest.
Which, I feel like this match we've seen 100 times before, but it's like the first time they've ever wrestled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Randy Orton just does not bring anything to the table anymore.
It's going through the motions. It's paint by numbers.
It really is.
And you see AJ Styles struggling to make it a good match.
Because he knows he's got to set up Orton's next combo list.
Yeah.
And it's boring. There's not much to talk about with that match. Who won it? Styles?
Yeah, and he fumbled the phenomenal forearm and went right into the cover, and it was just, it was
bland.
How Orton is relevant, I'll never understand. Like, he's not a merchandise seller. I don't care what anybody says.
Everybody's running around and.
When's the last time you saw somebody in his fucking shirt or that fucking ridiculous sleeveless hoodie that he wears? You know? Yeah, exactly.
And he needs to wear fucking pants to the ring when he's wearing a hoodie. That shit's getting old. And I'm coming for you, Randy Orton. I don't give a fuck. WrestleMania 36 in my house. Right here, we're going to settle it. The Battle of the Pantless. And I'm wearing pants. Talk about going off the rails.
Alright, so a match that I actually didn't think was going to be very good, but actually turned out really good. The Usos against...
Usos!
Aleister Black and Ricochet. Rusev and Nakamura, who I actually think is a pretty good tag team. At The Bar, which is... Yes, they don't just set the bar. They
are the bar! Which we got to talk about them.
Okay.
Go on, though, with what you're saying.
But I thought it was a really entertaining match. Usually the Fatal 4-Ways can be a bit of a clusterfuck, but I thought... It was a really well done match.
Yeah.
The swing with the 10 beats, and he went through all 4 of the guys before Cesaro was done swinging.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I thought that was really cool.
And how Cesaro maintains his wherewithal with that shit.
Yeah.
God dang, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how you're not dizzy as fuck after that. He went right into the sharpshooter after that with no hesitation whatsoever.
He didn't have a look on his face of like, get it together. Like, it was like, no, I'm Cesaro. I had my teeth kicked in up through my nose.
It's got to be a mental focus thing while you're doing it. Like, you're just thinking of anything else other than what you're doing.
Maybe the, like, the size of his nipples. provides more like brain power.
Maybe, I don't know.
I read that in a book.
You read?
I got it from one of my sources.
Is that another scoop?
I have a lot of sources during WrestleMania weekend, and they've continued to stick with me.
He got a lot of scoops during WrestleMania, that's for sure.
I did. But what I want to talk about with the bar is, I don't know how true this is, but it kind of makes sense when I look back on it. This guy did a video the other day of Sheamus and Daniel Bryan are both out because of injuries, and that they are both looking at they are going to be done wrestling again.
I've read a little bit. I didn't read totally on that, but
that upsets me a lot with the Sheamus.
Yeah.
And that's so heartbreaking, because that's like, I didn't get upset and teary-eyed when Batista retired. A little bit when like Edge did. But, like, the only one I've ever really gotten teary-eyed up was when Mark Henry did his fake one. Yeah. Which, fuck you, you bastard. Like, I really was emotionally into that, and I was like, Mark Henry, don't retire. And then, when I heard about Sheamus having to, I started getting like, no way, like, doing one of these, like, trying to get rid of that lump. I was like,
a lot of it, he's been going full cylinder for the past few years, and it's been fucking amazing.
It has. You know. And he's just so underrated, though. Yeah. And it bothers me because, as a wrestling fan, you know... The only reason Cesaro is relevant is because of the bar. If the bar goes away, Cesaro's going to drift off.
And that's a shame, because he is multi-talented, and there's so much you could do with him.
You should make him, put him with Heyman, put him with Regal, have Regal be his manager. Do something like really extravagant with him, and because they don't do anything with their foreigners at all. Like,
and he's another one of the indie guys that came in on a reputation, and he's got that stigma of, you know, Finn Balor is one thing because he had that demon character, and he had, you know, something they could market, and, you know,
exactly.
But I think they look at Cesaro as bland, as something that they can't market, and I think that's ridiculous.
This is my dog. I'm listening.
We've got run-ins already.
This is my dog. He's just
but if Sheamus has to go, that
bothers me.
Hopefully, it's just them being overly cautious and getting preliminary reports, thinking, oh, he might be done. You know, hopefully it's them saying he might be done. I hope it's not, but yeah, it is a shame if he's... And Daniel Bryan, you know, you kind of saw it coming, though. You know,
right?
It couldn't last forever.
No, exactly.
No matter how much he got cleared, something was going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know, unfortunately, you know. Yeah, if Sheamus was gone, that would be...
It does suck, because he's a staple in the WWE right now of, like, one of the last... Not, like, one of the last guys, but, like, one of the... Of his generation, too.
He's kind of bridged the gap, you know,
because there's only a few of them, like him, Kingston...
Yeah, from that mid-2000s that have kind of, you know, come in and...
Exactly, so there's not... I can't think of anybody else other than him, Kingston, like Biggie.
Yep.
Biggie's been there for a while now. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones. I just can't think of them. But that's all I had on that.
So we'll go right into the Shane versus The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
It's a pretty good match.
It was a good match, and I wasn't expecting a lot going in, and especially with the way the storyline was going and everything, I didn't expect much, but they did a lot of brawling outside, and they set up certain spots where you thought they were gonna do things off of certain areas
over there,
and they didn't do it, and
they definitely took the battle to the United Nations.
Oh my God!
Holy
the announce tables.
That if there was ever a match that made sense to have the Intercontinental title on the line, that was the one, because they went all over the world.
They went through every table,
every announce table, and for those that don't know what we're talking about, you have like your wrestling ring here. And for the most part, you'll have like your German announce table, like French, maybe a Spanish. Are there that many by ringside at times?
Yeah, I think they've been doing the 4
and
lately.
Then an American one. And then like off screen, you'll have like 6 announce teams in a row from like China, Japan, India, Hindu, Russia.
Yep, they have all. They're
everywhere. Gotham City has one. Metropolis has one. It's so crazy. They don't really have them there, but they battle all over.
They do.
We like to think wrestling takes place in all different, you know, universes, a multiverse of wrestling, if you will. So yeah, they battle all over those announce tables. One of the Asians guy, bam, pow, hit so hard in the face, a bunch of sushi exploded.
I didn't see that part, but it could have happened.
You had to look close. One of the Russian announcers had a grizzly bear over his shoulder drinking a bottle of vodka. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Is this like 19...
Chinese guy built a wall for no reason.
And then there was a guy with orange hair on top of it. Off the rails. Nobody's face exploded with sushi.
That would have actually been interesting.
That would have been really fucking cool. You're right. They just sparked that.
Because we can't stress enough how boring this fucking pay-per-view was.
It really
Certain spots were highlights. I think the most interesting part was our fucking podcast, to be honest. We actually brought some excitement to the damn thing in spots.
I think the most exciting part was when I woke up the next day and went to work. Because it was like, what the fuck? Like, when have you ever looked forward to this? And I was like, well, to myself, last night's WrestleMania was boring, and I would have rather been anywhere, even work, I guess. That's not true. I hate my job. I don't like to work. WrestleMania was just really boring, and that was just, it was so boring.
It was. Like I've said, it was like they took 3 regular pay-per-views that they took no interest in and mashed them together and called it WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
WrestleHogwash. That's what we're going to name this episode.
It's like they took the Saudi Arabia shows and made it a WrestleMania.
I thought those were great. I can't wait to see Undertaker at the next one. Which I did hear rumors that at the next one, it's going to be Undertaker versus Elias. That's why he interrupted him on Monday Night Raw.
That actually could bring some shine to Elias, and I actually could see that happening. But Undertaker's one of those guys that needs to go.
Look at the shine that was brought to Rusev.
Whoa. I'm not saying the Rusev thing was good at all. That was a payday for my favorite wrestler, and I'm ashamed of that.
I think every day he shows up after he's been retired at 12 times as a payday.
He never said he was retired. He laid his hat and shit in the middle of the
I'm going to be Triple H here. Shawn Michaels and I made a pact that when we got to a certain age, we would tell each other when enough's enough. And I think I'm here to tell you enough's enough. Triple H said that to The Undertaker. So, I mean, Undertaker...
Do I need to mention your favorite wrestler's entrance at this WrestleMania? How fucking stupid that was? A Mad Max entrance that had nothing to fucking do with Mad Max whatsoever? I can keep going.
What do you mean, though? He didn't have sex with Katie Vick as Kane. That didn't happen. He didn't have stupid storylines.
Not at all.
I'm going to leave this hat on the rest of the show now. Undertaker, I don't want to see you wrestle Elias at Saudi Arabia.
I don't want to see the Saudi Arabia pay-per-views to begin with.
I don't want to see the Saudi Arabians.
Wow. Wow.
That's a joke. I don't even... I want to see Aladdin.
I love the Saudi Arabians.
I'm going to go see Aladdin. I'm a street rat with big hopes of finding a tiger and a genie in a bottle.
How the fuck do you go from that to Saudi... Okay, whatever.
Isn't that...
I don't know if that's Saudi Arabia or not, but we'll go there.
I don't know. Christina Aguilera was a genie in a bottle, baby, so you figure it out.
You backpedal faster than a motherfucker on a unicycle.
Can you backpedal on a unicycle? How do you do that? I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially probably hit our peak in this show after this, where everything for me is just going to go downhill.
Kind of like WrestleMania did.
WrestleMania! What do you got?
A match that didn't have any hype, and thank God it didn't. The Iconics versus Sasha and Bayley versus Natty and Beth Phoenix and Tamina and Nia Jax.
So, we had an intergender, interspecies, intererotic tag team match.
Is that because Natalya likes cats? Is that where we're going interspecies?
Yes, it is. And Tamina and Nia are the intergender.
Wow. You're just pissing off a shitload of people on this show.
How do you know they're mad? Are you... Wait a minute. So here I am. I can't profile them or figure out what they are, but you can assume people are mad? How dare you assume people's appearances and emotions in the 21st century? You're insensitive.
People assume shit all the time. What the fuck are you talking about?
You can assume I'm crazy, but I like to just think I'm a little bit mad.
I figured this match was going to be a clusterfuck, and it was.
Yeah, but he was excited because the Iconics!
I was really happy that the Iconics won it. I think they are the best thing in the women's division. I think they are fucking amazing.
No. Carmella. Have you seen that 7-second dance-off?
Oh, my God. We're going to go...
Whatever this is, I'll fucking watch out all day. All day. Because it ain't soft.
Yeah, but the match was not good at all.
But, these do make me think of Bayley, so while we're in
But you don't like Bayley. You're her wacky waving arm inflatable tube man?
I'm something. I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm surely not a fan of hers, though. What else do we got?
Kofi Kingston defeated Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship.
Yes.
That was a really good match, and I was not expecting Kofi to get a clean 1, 2, 3. I thought that was a really good match.
It was a good match, and it was awesome. You kind of were going into it already thinking Kofi was going to win it, but you still were like, maybe not, though, because
they're
Kofi.
Pushing on it really fucking hard.
Right, and normally when things are so obvious, and they are what they are, they don't plan out the way.
And with you building it like it was the Daniel Bryan storyline, you kind of thought, well, they're not going to do that again.
Right.
You know, like,
but
they're not going to have the underdog win it again.
People liked it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good time.
And the touch of having an actual title belt for Kofi with his inside plates on it already.
Because we've talked about that before, how, like, not...
We talked about it on the actual show, which was...
Right.
Yeah.
How, like, kind of diminishing it is to be like, oh, I won the championship, but it's...
I've got to hold up Daniel Bryan's custom belt. Yeah.
Right. So I was very happy with that.
Yeah.
And your first ever, are they acknowledging it in WWE?
They're not really saying that he's the first ever black champion.
We're going to throw props to Kofi Kingston right now and say you are the first ever WWE African-American, WWE, you can fuck that up, whatever, champion, and congratulations for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people still on social media, oh, well, The Rock is black. Fuck you. He's more Samoan than he is black.
Right.
And you will never convince me otherwise.
The only time The Rock was black was, like, when he was, like, just starting in the nation. For some reason, he looked black. His skin looked black. And then after he left the nation...
Tanning beds are amazing.
It really is. When you tan a black man, you get a blacker man.
Because he is not that black now.
No, he looks Asian.
Yeah, he does.
More than anything now.
You can see the Samoan in him way more now than you ever could.
And I just watched the movie San Andreas, and the chick that plays his daughter... I like it a lot. Rock, that was an okay movie. You know me, I'm not a big Rock movie guy. I normally shit all over his movies. San Andreas was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a cool movie. I like the British kid in it. I don't know who he is, but I liked him in it. I just thought he was cool.
Well, next was Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio, which was fucking tremendous. We popped hard for that.
Popped.
Well, we've been Samoa Joe fans since TNA, so his runs with Kurt Angle and the stuff with AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and his run in the main event Mafia,
with
all that,
Sting and with
Taz. Yeah, it's just he's such a great guy. He's
such a nice guy. He came to my birthday party once. Oh no,
where the fuck was I?
That wasn't even him. That wasn't even me. I was trying to make him sound nicer than I know him, but I don't. I've only met him.
We met him
like twice,
so we kind of know him, right?
But he didn't sign anything for free. So I mean, how fucking nice is it? Like,
he signed the back of my chair that when I open it up, you can't even see the goddamn thing.
It's his fault. Tommy Dreamer's nice. He signed stuff for free.
Since we already talked about the match, we've got to go there. But Roman.
Let me set this one up.
Okay. Which was what I was doing through most of WrestleMania. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Do I need to say more?
Next one?
Yeah, that's what. Triple H against Batista. Which was a great fucking match.
Can I just say how honored it is for me to be the age I am, to get to see this match, because I was so thrilled. This was the match I was going into WrestleMania most excited about, and
you hadn't really gotten into their feud in 2005, or was that when you started getting back into it?
I got into it right as it was picking up. But the thing that I hold near and dear to me is these last couple of times that Batista has made his return, he has given me, and I hope all of you, a little bit of joy in our lives. From Blutista to being a badass and beating up a 70-year-old man and showing up to WrestleMania and tripping over the second ring rope.
Which the 70-year-old man looks a lot better than he has the past couple of years, which is great. And
he does. And
glad you're in better health, Rick.
And Batista got into the ring and tripped over the second ring rope.
Which gave us tremendous enjoyment.
It did. And I hope.
Well, first he tripped on the step, and then he tripped on the ring rope after.
This is true. 2 trips. He made 2 trips to WrestleMania. And then he had a fall. And it was a 1, 2, 3. Because my man, Triple H, fucking beat Batista.
He did a Superman punch with the sledgehammer, which was actually pretty cool.
This match was good, and it had all the elements it needed to be for these guys in the story of what it was, but boy, God, they are sloppy.
Yeah.
Some of those moves, man, they were hitting each other with was just... I'll say it about my own wrestler. You need to stop. You need to stop for a while. And then, like, stop for, like, a good year of in-ring competition and thinking, I gotta train because I might step into the ring. Know when the next time you're gonna step in the ring is. Take that amount of time off. Work out still, but don't train ring-wise so you're not rusty. Then a year before you know you're coming back, get back into that ring shape. And then...
Yep.
I don't need these matches every couple of pay-per-views to give me a selling point. Like Batista and Triple H, I'm not going to say I didn't want that. I wanted that.
And they built it up really quickly, but they built it up really well.
You know? But I don't need at the next Saudi Arabia show
no.
Batista going against Eddie Guerrero's dead corpse.
And that's all they're doing is because they're getting paid for these shows, they're bringing out everybody they can.
Right. Because like,
if it was Saudi Arabia shows.
If it was me and this was my Saudi Arabia show, this is how I do it. I would have all the Saudi Arabia wrestlers, like all the Daivaris, and the people that look like the Daivaris, like Roman Reigns.
Bring the Iron Sheik out.
I bring the Iron Sheik. I have all them Indian-looking wrestlers, Daddy, Jack, and they'll come in and they'll say, well, look at we're from India and from Saudi Arabia and Hindu. And we're going to come in.
We're just going to mash them all together.
We're going to mash them potatoes.
We're saying everybody looks alike, which is kind of racist, but not at the same time.
Right, because we gonna get it together, baby. Shockmaster, Daddy.
Oh, my God.
We're gonna bring it all full circle. I would do something, like make an angle. Like, why are you going to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, yep. And the angle that you did with, like, the Brothers of Destruction and all that shit was just fucking horse shit.
I would never have had a Brother of Destruction on my wrestling show. I'd have had a pinata and a pole match with a Juventud Guerrero wrestling.
When did Vince Russo turn into Dusty Rhodes?
I'm booking it.
We had a lot of fun on the audio version, which we think you should check out, of making fun of how big the steps are and gradually making them bigger than they actually are when they
that 1,000-pound steps that Rey Mysterio picked up.
Because they use them a lot in the match.
I don't know. WrestleMania, what else we got? This is like 12 hours worth of WrestleMania. Jeez Louise.
Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle.
Holy fuck.
I feel so bad for Kurt Angle.
I don't understand it.
He deserves so much better. So much. I can't describe how stupid that is.
If I was booking this match, I'd have had Baron Corbin come down to the ring and be like, I am going to face Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle come down and be like, I suck. I suck. And then Baron Corbin be like, you do suck. That's why you're not going to challenge me. And I'm not going to give these fans what they want. And then the crowd cheers. They give a pop because it's like, wait a minute. They do want this. And then be like, I found somebody that's going to challenge you, and he's going to take you to the limits. And then cue fucking Samoa Joe's music. After he just ripped Rey Mysterio apart and have him come out being intense and shit. Have Kurt Angle beat an intense Samoa Joe, which will only show Kurt Angle as that Olympic gold medalist, the wrestling machine, which won't hurt Samoa Joe.
And then you give Samoa Joe a reason to fucking go insane later.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's how I'd have booked it, baby. You would have had WrestleMania. Crazy.
And then 5 minutes after this match is over, John Cena interrupts Elias. What the fuck?
Right? Is that what he does?
Yeah. Like, have him come out as the Dr. Thugonomics against fucking Kurt Angle.
Right. And then be like, oh, and then knock Baron Corbin's ass down, get on the mic, and say, this is ruthless aggression.
Do a rap about Baron Corbin all the way down the aisle, knock him out with the fucking brass knucks, and face Kurt Angle.
I'm over this shit. I don't understand it, Kurt Angle. We've had this conversation 100 times, so I don't understand how you treat... He must have pissed somebody off.
I don't know, man.
My only thought is...
Is it because his career in TNA was almost as big or bigger than it was in WWE?
He was a TNA Hall of Famer before he was a WWE Hall of Famer.
And had 5-star matches with everybody he worked with in TNA.
Yep.
And his character developed so much more in TNA. Went from heel to babyface to back and forth, and and he didn't have the comedy as much, but he was the main event mafia. He was the Don of the main event mafia, you know. I agree. Maybe he pissed somebody off. Like, who did he fuck somebody he shouldn't fuck? You know, like, goddamn. How do you? Don't be silly. Get that kind of send off.
Fuck that saying.
Give your pants to Randy Orton.
Give your pants to Randy Orton. That's a new GoFundMe. Go fund Randy Orton's pants.
Well, I guess we don't really need to discuss Cena and Elias because we just did.
Because what does Elias stand for?
Like, I mean, why couldn't you have done an interaction with the Honky Tonk Man and Elias?
Baby, because
I
don't know.
Have Honky Tonk Man come out and say, I want to do a duet with you, and then hit Elias over the head with the fucking guitar.
And then Jeff Jarrett come out. You have a triple threat there that you could have...
And then have Road Dogg come out singing With My Baby Tonight and shit. There was so much.
And then DDP could come out driving a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
They had the Dr. Thumb
and have Greg the Hammer Valentine with his hair dyed black. And
and then you could get Jimmy Hart in there.
Looking like he's 50 when he's actually in his fucking 70s.
Rhythm and blues, baby!
Yeah, there's... Why the fuck aren't we booking for them? Why isn't anybody smart booking for them?
I am booking for them, baby, just spiritually. I'm there with you in your heart. I don't know if I even do a good Dusty impersonation.
You do. I actually enjoy your...
Dusty, baby.
And then, of course, we get to the main event.
And then...
Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte. Charlotte with one of the worst fucking entrances.
Woo!
Wearing a leather jacket that looked like it came off the set of Mary Poppins.
They wore leather jackets in Mary Poppins?
When they were singing Supercalifragilistic, the band behind them had leather jackets with the fucking studs on them.
I will 100% be honest with all of our millions and millions of fans. I have never seen Mary Poppins.
Well, you've got a daughter now. You should see it at some point. I'm just saying.
I have a daughter? What?
She's gonna be here later. Fuck, man.
What the fuck? Whose Easter basket was that?
I hate it all. I feel so bad now.
I pooped in it.
But yeah, her coming out in the fucking helicopter and then putting on her robe. And
you could have showed her coming in on a helicopter throughout the night.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Charlotte Flair's here. She's coming in on a chopper. And then, cut to her entrance later on.
Yep, it was fucking horrible.
The match was okay. It all seemed like it was all played out, though. They all knew the spots. They all knew where to hit.
I think a lot of that has to do with Rousey.
They knew where the cameras were and how to angle.
Yeah. It was... Triple threats sometimes are really hard to do. And when you're trying to shine up Becky so much and they've got to get Charlotte in there and then fucking Rousey is just all over the place. You don't know what the fuck to do with her.
I do. Fucking knock you out, bitch!
It was, for that being the hyped up main event of WrestleMania.
Hyped? You don't know! Hyped!
Oh, fuck him looking in the mirror. Now he's got fucking face paint on and shit.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. No, I agree with you, though. For it being the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania, because now next year WrestleMania will be all women, because that's the only thing they can go. The Hall of Fame will be all women. WWE will be changed to Women's Wrestling Entertainment.
We discussed that, yep.
There will be no men left in this business except for Silas Young, the last real man.
Because, damn it, he has to be.
Because, damn it, he isn't just the gimmick. He is the gimmick. He's the gimmick. He's the gimmick. He's the gimmick. And if you don't know who Silas Young is, fuck you. He's the last real man, professional wrestler.
I think if you had gone into it with just Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey like it originally should have been,
yes,
it would have been better.
It would have, yes.
But having Charlotte in there, just have her in there. What the fuck?
Andrade, yeah.
Who's just Andrade now?
Andrade.
Yeah.
I'd like to add a little bit to the WrestleMania.
Okay.
I would like to see next year at WrestleMania 36 the greatest match you could possibly have, and I'm coming up with it right now. Never been thought-provoked, never put any consideration into this, never even gave him a shit until right now. I want to see... I don't know. I set that all up because I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see I'm thinking WWE guys, but like I'd like to see other people outside of WWE, but I don't want to see them come in WWE because they're not going to get used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to see Chris Jericho come back and main event one more WrestleMania against The Rock. I would watch that.
I think a good build-up for WrestleMania next year would be you have a shitload of NXT guys in the Royal Rumble, and they all get eliminated by established guys. And then your build-up to WrestleMania is all these NXT guys in high-caliber matches against the guys that eliminated them in the Royal Rumble. You do, because if you're going to have those guys come up anyways, you know, do it as a huge thing for WrestleMania, and then they can show up on the ones after, you know, with the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania and become full-fledged roster members, you know? And you could still even bring up other people that they don't think about, you know, that are going to come up on those shows, you know?
Well, they don't think about much, because this whole Superstar Shake-Up shit, I saw the thumbnails for each group that got switched. It's like you just switched the Raw and SmackDown rosters.
Yep. And brought up a couple guys from 205 Live.
Right, like you took everybody that was a main eventer on Raw and put them on SmackDown, and then vice versa for SmackDown.
Yep.
It's not like, fuck, AJ Styles and Roman Reigns are on the same show now? That's going to be interesting.
Which they're not, because Roman Reigns is on SmackDown.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Like, Braun Strowman and AJ Styles?
Yep.
It's like...
Yeah. It was... How that's a shake-up is unless you're using a shake weight, and that's about the only shaking you're getting, because it was fucking stupid.
I'll fucking shake you.
And something I've got to talk about, The Undertaker being on the Raw after WrestleMania pisses me off to no end.
How stupid is that?
Like,
why? In 19 years, why would you... Or whatever, it was like 19 years almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. When was the last WrestleMania you missed?
94. I want to say 94.
Wow. A long time.
Because I don't think he's missed one in the past. He wrestled last year. Yeah, he beat up Cena last year. So, yeah, I don't think he's missed one since 94. And to just, I mean, wouldn't you want the WrestleMania payday?
I don't even...
You know what I mean? Like,
see, I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as, like, that's part of your legacy still. Yeah. Like, WrestleMania 35, no Undertaker, not even like when Elias was out, after he got beat up by Cena. How great would it have been if Taker came out right after that and beat him up?
Yep. Why are you saving that for Raw?
Your ratings aren't going to go up because of that moment. Your ratings are already going to be stupid high because it's Raw after Mania.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
I mean, the call-ups are one thing because people are speculating on who's going to show up and shit. But The Undertaker, it got a big pop and everything, but...
It's not your ticket. It's not why you went to Raw.
And it's if it leads to him against Elias at Saudi Arabia, was it really that big of a deal?
In 6 months?
Yeah. Yep. It's...
That right there does not get any confetti.
But WrestleMania, it was just lackluster. We said it a ton of times. It was not good whatsoever. And
yeah, it was very boring. I'd like to have crawled back inside the womb at that point and just been like, life will be okay, Johnny.
I mean, it was fun for us to record during it because it was our first time doing it, and I thought...
It was okay. Like, I'm not really...
I got you snacks, goddammit.
Yeah, but I brought my own chips, and, like, I had to... You know, those kind of things, like... You know. I had a good time. WrestleMania is always a good time. If it honestly wasn't for the podcast, this WrestleMania would have sucked.
Oh, yeah, if we were just sitting there watching it, it would have been fucking
I probably
horrible.
would have got up and walked away.
And it would have been a long walk, because it's like a 45-minute drive.
Oh, and I would have went the long way, too, to try to forget everything I just saw. Other than that, for WrestleMania, Dave went and met Scott Norton that weekend.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I didn't go to meet him. The Hall of Fame was that weekend. Bret Hart got
attacked.
That
was fucking stupid, but it added something to the show. We did our first video that weekend. Yeah, that was recording our first videos was a lot of fun. Yeah, there
was video.
We hope you like them, and definitely more to come. A lot more to come.
We hope you enjoy the comic shop and the wrestling ring, is what we're going to refer to them, instead of being like, oh, welcome to part 1 of the Comic Wrestling Podcast.
I think our first one. It was fun to do, but it was so jumbled. We went back and forth between comics and wrestling so much. With us splitting it up, it gives people a chance to choose what they want to listen to, and then go back and see if they want to listen to something different, and
just the feel of like 2 different shows.
Yeah. Especially if it's going to be week to week, yeah.
And they'll feel different too, because essentially Deadly Dave, is going to be your host of the wrestling ring.
Yep.
podcast, and I will essentially be your host of the Comic Shop podcast. And both of those shows will feel different because I will do things to make the Comic Shop feel like its own entity. He will do things in his own right to do the same, but yet it'll still feel like they belong together. Like, oh shit, I'm so used to having chocolate and vanilla ice cream together. Why is the strawberry in the middle? Well, just try all three of them, because unless you're lactose intolerant...
And because we like both subjects so much, they will bleed in a little bit with comments and stuff, but
there will be blood.
Yeah, but it's not like we're going to talk all the way about one subject and not, put little things in there. It's all going to...
Leave it to me.
The Comic Wrestling Podcast.
Leave it to this guy to put the little things into it.
Wow. What? It's just gotten really...
That was a dig.
It's gotten really awkward lately on the podcast. I'm just saying.
What's going on? I enjoy these podcasts. They are fun. We're gonna keep doing videos. I want to do videos every time. Dave, we said this on the Comic Shop, but we got next weekend. We have Saratoga Comic-Con,
which is going to be a lot of fun.
We mentioned it on, like I said, the other episode, but we'll mention it again. Tyler Mane from X-Men and Halloween will be there. The midget from Pirates of the Caribbean. The black guy from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Two of the Power Rangers. There's going to be all kinds of comic artists and everything.
Comic artists, toy vendors, food, cosplay, guest panels, all sorts of fun stuff. I'll be there. He'll be there.
I also have a stacked weekend because on Friday I will be meeting Scott Steiner. And on Sunday we will be meeting Barry Windham.
What day?
Sunday.
Barry Windham.
The Four Horsemen.
One of the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Which will mean Tully Blanchard is one of the few that we haven't met.
Well, out of the Four Horsemen. Anderson, but...
Yeah, but which is coming.
We should be meeting Anderson, which would be really cool.
Yep.
Real quick, are you looking forward to anything for the Comic-Con? Like, you looking forward to anything specific?
I like seeing different things. Mm-hmm. I like that they're getting different celebrities now. They're not, sticking to a certain group of celebrities.
And just rehashing
over. Because before it was, some of the Kevin Smith guys are here, and they were there for a couple of years, and, they're varying it up a lot. Yep. I mean, they're having Power Rangers again, but it's different ones.
Different Rangers, exactly.
But having Tyler Mane in there is pretty fucking cool.
That's really awesome. I'm very excited to meet him. He was Peter Pan in Hook. I'm just kidding. That was Robin Williams. Just being me. We're coming to a close. I like recording. I don't want to stop, but we gotta stop.
But also, check out YouTube. Check out Facebook. Twitter at ComicWrestlePod. We are on Breaker, Pocket Cast, Google Podcast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So that's what you need to... Yeah, we'll throw flyers out wherever we can.
Right here. The Comic Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Wildcard, Ace Williams, and Deadly Dave. I can't read the rest of it. Focusing on wrestling, comics, movies, and everything pop culture. Listen on all of these. I don't know what these apps are.
He has no apps. He doesn't know.
No. Just check it out. Check us out. No,
we can't wait to bring you more.
Check us out.